AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
The 2025 NBA Power Rankings had been revealed.
Y'all
That
see that?
basketball forever?
Yep, y'all see that blue and orange in there? Go ahead, Fabe. I'm sorry. I'm just
Come on.
excited.
They got the Celtics number 1, the Thunder number 2, Mavericks number 3, Timberwolves number 4, the Knicks number 5, Sixers 6, 7th are the Nuggets. Wow. 8th are the Knicks, the Kings, excuse me. 9th are the Bucks, and 10th are the Pacers. Rounding out 11 is the Phoenix Suns, and 12 is the Orlando Magic. First thing that surprised me was the Sacramento Kings at number 8. What's shocking you over here? What are you most impressed with aside from, them ranking the Knicks way too low?
I'm gonna be honest. I think we should be ahead of the Timberwolves only because they didn't make no moves. Like us with the addition of Mikal Bridges, I have no problem with Boston because they won a championship. OKC with the addition of Hartenstein and Caruso, no problem.
Number 1 seed.
Right, Mavs got Clay and they just went to the finals, no problem. Like I said, I get the Timberwolves because they went to the conference finals, but they didn't make no moves. But okay, our Knicks, I love it. Top 5 in power rankings. I love it. I don't see why the Denver Nuggets is even there, to be honest with you.
Would you take them out of the top 10? Like past the Kings and the Bucks and the Pacers?
Let me see. I would take them out the top 10. And I would put I wouldn't mind putting the Suns or the Magic there. The Suns got the guard Johnson, right?
And, KCP and Suggs.
Right, and right.
Oh, no, you said the Suns.
Got Tyler, what's his name?
Tyus Jones.
Right, so that's an upgrade at point guard. And the Magic got KCP. So I wouldn't mind, maybe putting the Kings at 7. I don't think the Bucks deserve to be in the top 10.
I disagree.
What moves did they make?
They got the kid Grant. They got two guys.
What kid Grant?
I gotta look up the was it Jeremy Grant? They got one kid that could kind of shoot.
Nah, they ain't got somebody. You talk about Jeremy Grant from Portland?
I thought it was him, not Jeremy. If it wasn't Jeremy, it was somebody else. And they got somebody else they got on a good deal.
Nah, you gotta look that up.
God, I'm gonna look it up now.
You gotta look that up.
But I think the Bucks made 2 sneaky moves to keep them in the top 10. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, but
they didn't have that.
I don't see how the Nuggets is there. To be honest, I mean, you're not gonna tell me because the addition of Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, it's not gonna be him. And you lose a lot with KCP and Brown back-to-back years, man. Like they didn't make up for that.
Come
they
on,
really
at all.
Yeah.
So, so it's no way in the world of Nuggets now. I wouldn't mind the Nuggets being 11 or 12. Like I said, okay, you put the Bucks at 7, you keep the Kings at 8, and then like I said, 9, 10 can be, Indiana, Suns, however that is. I would put the Denver Nuggets last. To be honest with you.
12?
Yeah, remember they lost in the second round 4 straight games. They was up 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, Gary Trent. Thank you, Mike James. Yeah, they got Gary Trent. To me, that's not. Nah, I like Gary Trent. Coming off the bench, explosive. Yeah, he could light it up. But nah, to me, that don't put the Bucks in the top 10. I'm a big Dame guy, and they were a disaster this year, even though they had to deal with injuries. But nah, I'm not putting the Bucks at number 9. Like I said, I would put the Kings at 7. I would probably put the Pacers probably 8. And then, like I said, I would probably, maybe have Magic 9, Suns 10, something like that.
Milwaukee's gonna be tough. That was your trash is our treasure. Actually, your treasure is even more of our treasure. The way Denver lost them, and we talked about it last year. I was very big on the Magic, but the inexperience, that was Banchero's second year.
Yeah, but they went to a game 7, man.
They went to a game 7, round 2, and now you have 2 guys who put pressure on the ball.
Round 1, right?
I'm sorry, round 1.
Yeah, round 1.
Cleveland lost in round 2.
Right.
But you got 2 guys who could put pressure on you like that, man. And I don't know, like they're not too fluid on offense. Franz Wagner he disappointed me a lot, big time, because you can't shoot. I think he shot like 25%. That's crazy. You a white man you doing shooting
Right.
25% in the NBA? And he has a surprisingly good like a I don't want to compare him to Paul Pierce. You know how Paul Pierce and Steven Jackson had that old man game that it worked?
Yeah.
That's how Franz Wagner moves to me, like this old man. Like, how the hell, how you falling for that? But it works. 6'10", and defensively, he's kind of a little bit better than Banchero on the low. On the low. Long kid, his brother, they're scary as hell, man. They're scary as hell because if they have any sort of leap from Banchero, that's tough. And then Suggs is continuing to get better. If Franz gives you shooting, oh dear Lord. But again, we got to use our imagination for that. The same way I think the Nuggets got to use their imagination now because you did a half a magic trick. All your guys disappeared and you ain't replace them. The Nuggets, we talked about it earlier this week or earlier last week. Now you see everybody else talking about it. We earlier as usual. Them Denver Nuggets, man, they're starting to be in shambles. They're starting to be in shambles. That's terrible work. And I think on the low, I'm trying to see where the Memphis Grizzlies land.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, when I think of power rankings, you can hear me?
Yeah.
When I think of power rankings, I'm thinking of, the power teams. A lot of these teams was real good in the regular season, real good in the playoffs, and then now they made additions. You get what I'm saying? I think Orlando Magic should be higher. They made a key addition, a vet,
Yeah.
a champion, a defender, a scorer. To me, that was a great addition. Now, how is
Two-time
it going to
champion.
work? Right. I'm sorry with the Lakers as well. So for me, I put them above Milwaukee. Now, I'm not saying they'll be better than Milwaukee. I'm not saying I would pick them in against Milwaukee in the playoffs, but I'm saying if we're going power rankings, the move they made was more significant than what the Milwaukee Bucks made. Like I said, I like Gary Trent, but that's not a better addition than KCP going to Orlando. I can't agree with that.
I also like the fact that they got them over the Cavs, who they lost to last year. They agree with maybe. Or let me ask you. I agree that adding KCP puts them over the Cavs because the Cavs ain't add nothing either.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like I said, the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell, like I said, man, he's great in the regular season. So the only reason why they lost was probably lack of experience. But I think now this season coming up, if Orlando plays Cleveland in the playoffs, I think Orlando beats them. So yeah, I
Yeah,
think this move definitely puts them over Cleveland, and this is why Cleveland is not up there on the list.
I do have to say this and warn everybody though. The same way we give Joker his credit, Giannis these guys credit, they year in year out the MVP candidates. Yeah, but Ja Morant was sneaking around there being an MVP candidate. They were up
Yes.
there getting a top 2 seed. Yeah, they lost Tyus Jones. That's big time, pure point guard type. But as much as I critique Marcus Johnson, that's a playoff veteran, finals veteran. He's done his thing. Did you know they finished 12th in defense last year? Can you name any other defender besides Marcus Smart and Triple J on that team?
Nah.
12th? So you did all that and you got your guy coming back, and that rookie kid's gonna be interesting. Of course, we gotta use our imagination because he's 7'4", and the rules are against him, basically. But what's wrong with him looking at some Steven Adams tape and trying to do an impersonation of the real Aquaman over there? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with trying to imitate Mitchell Robinson a little bit, grab some offensive rebounds, make something happen? I
Well,
don't know. They might be able to sneak into the power rankings with the powerful guy like Ja Morant.
as good as John Moran is, Memphis got to be careful because I think they ship is kind of sailing. Um,
Mm.
I don't think they have enough. As much as I like Bane, it's not enough. Um, Triple J, Jackson won the Defensive Player of the Year, not good enough. As far as like him being the second or third option, I'm sorry. So with Phoenix, with KD and them over there, like I said, Kawhi and the Clippers, if they can stay healthy, we can laugh all we want, but LeBron and them still makes the playoffs. Denver, they look to me what Minnesota is what Memphis should have been. How Minnesota took that leap, I think, listen, man, it might be a little too late. Now, if that doesn't take away from John Morant being great and coming out like gangbusters and going crazy, but as far as the team success, I think they missed their window. So I think, they got to figure out what they're going to do. I'm pretty sure they're not going to get rid of Ja Morant, but he really has something to think about as far as his future, because I really think that ship has sailed. I really do. With Memphis in the West.
All we ever talk about, and of course, I compared over a year ago, Ja Morant to SGA, and I was saying, are you sure Ja Morant's better than SGA? Like, SGA is having a crazy leap year, and he still needed to be consistent, and he's shown and proved to be top 2 in the MVP category. OKC has surrounded SGA, like you said. Minnesota has surrounded Ant-Man with great players, but I don't think Memphis is doing anything short for Ja Morant like that. I think they're doing a better job on the low. That kid Vince Williams, I'm looking at some stuff with him. He's like some super defender on the low over there in Memphis. He's 6'4", kind of short, but they need their Jalen Suggs, Alex Caruso, Lou Dort, kind of guy. They need that guy there with Ja Morant there. So if they get to have this rotation out there on the perimeter, I don't know. I just the West is just so deep. Like, think about the 2 best players. The two worst teams is who? Portland, let's say Utah.
Probably Houston.
Houston's better than them.
No,
Houston almost made the playoffs last year.
Right. I know, but I'm just saying, like, to me, those are the bottom teams. That's no disrespect, but those are the bottom teams.
Might be the Lakers, but if it's Portland and Utah for me, I don't think that's like visiting Atlanta and visiting Chicago right now. Like that, I think the West is so competitive. Like, if you go to Utah, I think they could win any game. Like, if you sleep on them, that the same way they compare about the Mile High, the air in Mile High, they say it's similar to Utah, and the crowd is crazy. So the West is so tough. What's stopping them from stealing some games? Memphis, Marcus Smart, they got some gritty guys there, man. I'm watching out for them, though. I'm
gonna tell you right now, Memphis, Ja Morant is reminding me of Trae Young in the Atlanta Hawks.
Wow.
They had that window and they missed it. And then now it's quiet. I think, the off the court problems with Ja Morant, that helped emerge, and they took advantage of the opportunity. SGA and Ant-Man. That was supposed to be Ja Morant. Ja Morant was about to be the guy. And, some things happen. But to me, him and Trae Young, I think, are similar as far as their situations. And I think if they don't have a big year this year coming up, as far as team success, they may have to move on. I think both of those guys, I think those windows is closed. Look how much better the Eastern got. Look how much better the Western got. Memphis and Atlanta been irrelevant for how long now? A couple years. So I don't see. I think Memphis dug themselves a hole. I don't know how they're gonna get out.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.